Hi, Gen Zs. As you're fighting the fight, let me highlight some few things about the education system, the big monster around CBC. First things first is the content. The content that is being taught around CBC has a problem. Walk around, sample from a few teachers, and listen from them. Take a book from high school, compare it with whatever the children from grade 8 are doing. The parents today are struggling helping their children with homework. Why? It's because there are some concepts which they don't understand, but they are there, right? So we need to be practical enough. We should not kill the psychology of our kids. We should not torture them mentally. We should care about their emotional well-being more than their, what do we call? IQ? Yeah. We need to focus on the emotional other than the IQ. My best thing I feel is you will crush the spirit of a child to feel that they don't understand a concept, but it is not the mistake of the child. Okay? So, first thing that. Number two, let's stop deceiving ourselves and doing some things that are outdated. Let's do things that are constructive. Let's do things that are practical with the 21st century. What do I mean by that? If we choose to use gadgets, let's use gadgets. Let's introduce children to the world of better things. I don't mean you teach kids a lot of programming, because to me, I know music is better than programming at the early stage. You can teach programming as the kids advance. But let's be practical enough and say, if we are teaching children computer programming, we know exactly what we are teaching them. Okay? If we say we are using the technology, let's use the technology to teach the children. I'll use a case example. When you're introducing a topic or when you're teaching, there are a lot of lessons that need to go into curriculum development to allow the teachers to understand that this is not an 844 concept, this is a new concept, and how you bring the concept to the children is different. I know KICD did the trainings, and you think that perfects everything. Anybody who works in an international school will tell you they always have trainings and trainings and trainings. Why do they do that? It's because when you incorporate new things and you allow a teacher to have options, they can be able to deliver content. Okay? So, for it to be a more student-led approach kind of education, rather than what you say is the teacher-led education, you need to teach the teachers to unlearn the 844 way of teaching. But remember, sometimes there's no option. If the children are not getting the concept, they have to be triggered back. So we have to push the children, right? But we have to teach the teachers how to teach the children. So who's investing in teacher development? Okay? Are there programs? Who's monitoring the delivery of the programs? We need to be very cautious because we are holding the future of so many children. Point number 3 or so, I think. We need to be categorical. This system we chose is intensive in terms of capital. We need to be open-minded to understand that we have no other choice but to invest in it. Why do we have teachers who are not specialists in maths teaching children maths? You know, there's something I want to open your eyes to see. We are taking teachers who are teaching this particular subjects for granted. And slowly by slowly, Other countries are in dire demand of teachers who are teaching STEM subjects. So if you do not take care of your resource, your future generation will suffer out of it. We know even in the universities today, very few people are taking bachelors of education in maths and in sciences. And as a result, we don't have enough teachers for those subjects. There are different techniques that a teacher should be able to teach maths. And being the maths teacher, I'll tell you, it is not easy. Especially when you bring content that is high level and you expect a teacher to teach who is not trained to teach that subject, it becomes difficult. So let's get the right teachers for the right subjects. There are teachers out here who are not employed who can teach maths because they studied maths. Even that lot, you're not getting teachers who are able to teach it. Go for the previous years, the new graduates. We have resources. Harness on them. Bring them on board. Let them have an impact on the next future generation. Number 4? Number 5? I'm not sure. But another one is, let's talk about homework. Please stop killing our children with a lot of homework. I personally feel for most parents who have children on CBC, because they do a lot of homework. Gosh, I don't envy you, but I feel that CBC was meant to make the child more creative, not too much focused on studies. So can we have a change in our mindset, in the way we are nurturing these children? Okay? Let's allow them to live life. Let's not stress them a lot. Let's find a balance. Okay? The reason I'm saying this is because I found a child who was struggling doing maths and she was really stuck. And the unfortunate bit is she studies in a very good private school, but the child was stuck. But come to realize it's not that the child was stuck because they've not been taught. It's because they had so much homework and they were overwhelmed. Let the children be. She was just a grade 5 child, honestly. So, I hope that the person who takes over the docket of the Ministry of Education will be able to iron out those things. I support that might be the JSS remain in primary, but can we have a restructure for some teachers to move out of secondary school to come to primary, and especially with those STEM subjects, teachers who teach maths, teachers who teach sciences, please. Let's have some order. Let's not have a generation who blame us because we never equipped them well. And when they had all the opportunity to launch a transformative, changing curriculum, they failed. If we're talking about English and English literature, let's have teachers who know how to teach English and English literature. It is not as simple as just being a graduate and being a teacher. Let's be intentional with our children. Let's ensure that our children get the best out of all this. I hope I've been able to iron out a lot of things around the curriculum, and I hope that the relevant bodies are able to sit down and ask themselves critical questions so that we do not find ourselves in a tough place. Bye.